provide video clip on YouTube. Today I would like to introduce about the HARMOTECH 4-channel amplifier. This amplifier is very popular now. Firstly, before we starting the review, I would like to briefing up about the HARMOTECH profile. HARMOTECH is established just around 4 or 5 years ago. The original or the philosophy of designing HARMOTECH is born from the competition. The idea of the designer has intent to be building up the extremely amplified, non-compromise performance to serve the need of the cardio competition and about the serious audio or audiophile. Just around 1 or 2 years, HARMOTECH very popular in Thailand and the Southeast Asia country. HARMOTECH is the choice for the cardio competitor to choose using the cardio system for SQ competition. Why? Both of them choose the HARMOTECH. The answer, HARMOTECH has been understand about the thing and the demand of the competitor who want to be the winner on the race. HARMOTECH has innovative from the competition, from the race, and to be adapt to his product. HARMOTECH is starting from the H series amplifier. In the H series has two models. One is a H4 4-channel amplifier and two is a H2 stereo amplifier. Okay, before starting the review, I will show you another issue. Okay, I will show you about the HARMOTECH packaging. When you see the packaging, the highlight of HARMOTECH packaging is the color. Why HARMOTECH choose overall black color? The answer is HARMOTECH is focused for the serious about the audio. The black color that would be reflect the strong, the power and the dynamic. So when you see the overall about the packaging is the black one, and you will see the product logo on the middle of the top panel. The logo is bringing up on the bronze color. It's contrast with the body paint, and the side view will have the specification. I will be addressed about the specification. About the power output, H4 has the official specification just around the 110 watt IMS by 4 at 4 ohm and 205 watt by 4 at 2 ohm. Very high power output. Okay, and I will show you another issue. Follow me. Okay, I will show you about the overall chassis of the HARMOTECH H4. When you see the chassis, HARMOTECH H4 we use the aluminum die-cast chassis, but when compared with the same segment 4-channel amplifier, you will see that HARMOTECH H4 would be have the bigger size than another competitor. Why HARMOTECH has a bigger size? The answer is HARMOTECH wanna be design the high performance amplifier, high dynamic and high output. This is very important. So the internal structure and the chassis would be bigger for the well ventilation and radiation and to be pump up the power output. When we see overall to very nice design and precious surface, you will see the titanium color anodized to bring it up the HARMOTECH H4 look like a high-end amplifier. On the top will have the laser cut logo and the laser cut model number on the corner. And on the top plate we'll have the heatsink along the range, and the back we have the heatsink also. About the control panel and the connection will be on the in front of the amplifier. Before briefing up about the connector, I will show you about the ventilation. I would be highlight about the special design for the HARMOTECH H4. When you see on the side, you will see that the HARMOTECH has designed the air duct on the chassis. The air duct has the benefit to ventilation the air to flowing up side by side for the good radiation of the heat inside the amplifier, to make the H4 has a more reliability on the operation. This is the secret. And the control panel. The control panel looks like the home audio amplifier in the high end. Why? Because HARMOTECH has designed in the structure of the dual stereo and to be separate on the middle of the chassis. When you see the connector and the control panel, we can separate on the middle. That means you will have the twice stereo amplifier on the one chassis. This is a concept from the high-end home audio. Okay, about the interconnect, HARMOTECH used the Tiffany gold plate RCA input on the both sides. And the control panel will have the input sensitivity, has the electronic crossover network, the crossover point, and especially will have the bias bottom. The bias bottom is a highlight for audiophile. Why? The bias you would be see in the vacuum tube amplifier for setting up the voltage to feeding to the vacuum tube. That would be bringing up the realistic music. But for the bipolar transistor, this is a special design. The bias would be setting up and adjustable about the voltage to feeding to the input section. That will bring up about the sound quality and the tonal and the dynamic. So on the middle you will see the power connection. The power connection just so different from the conventional functional amplifier. You will see the two set of the power connection, cause of the HARMOTECH has separate the power supply and voltage feeding independently. So connector would be separate also. And the speaker connector would be has on the middle of each part is a gold plate connector. Looks like this. You will see the overall chassis and the control panel very perfectly for the high-end use and competition use. Now I will show you about the H4 inside structure. You will see that the overall structure has been designed in the symmetrical layout. This is a secret of the sound quality. Because of the structure is symmetrically, that would be have the flowing about the current, voltage and the signal symmetry. That would be has a good balance of the left channel and the right channel. HARMOTECH is very accurate in the many detail about the design concept. So that I talking about the dual stereo structure. You will see that the structure had be separate on this line. This is a theme concept of the home audio high-end design. About the heat, radiation or ventilation the air, you will see that on the left corner and the right corner we'll have the electric fan has automatic operation by the temperature, would be feeding out the heat from the inside very fast. Okay, when looking up to the structure, HARMOTECH H4 use the dual layer double side press to hold glass epoxy PCB for the high efficiency to feeding voltage and current, also feeding the high efficiency of the signal. The highlight is the switching power supply. You will see that this section is a switching power supply. The big toroidal would be covered by the aluminum cover that would be prevention the radio frequency interference do not interfere to another section. And this module is the switching module that use the TL494 chip to be operated. And you will see that the many FET and the transistor is a switching power supply that used for pump up the current draining to the circuit and pump up the voltage to feeding to the circuit. Both of them will be have the high efficiency and can be have the dynamic on the timing that you want to use the high dynamic. For the input section, the input section is over here that we use the high grade, the op amp chip to use this, and the passive component you will see the polycarbonate capacitor, and this one is a polypropylene capacitor that's use the MKP capacitor. The MKP capacitor or MCAP that will be used in the high-end audio product. This is a very precious component. And also on the amplifier section, the input section of the amplifier we use a module for to reduce the space and has a efficiency on the operation. The capacitor that used on the amplifier input that use a polypropylene capacitor from the Firma, Germany. And the amplifier section use a multi-stage bipolar transistor amplifier section, and the final state that use the second and highest grade of the bipolar transistor to use has the 4 transistor for the 2 channel, and another one just look like. On the left part and right part is the same layout and same structure, but will be dedicated by the power supply. When you see the power supply on the this part and this part, that will be answer that why the external power output that use twice set for feeding the voltage. This is overall of the inside structure that will be reflect the H4 is the born from the high-end concept. About the review, I will be talking about my experience that I ever been to listen this amplifier. In my experience, I has many times to be listen to the HARMOTECH H4. I has an experience when I judging on the SQ car in Thailand and another country in Southeast Asia. I think that the competitor has the reason to choose this amplifier to be in the sound system of their system. The result that the most of them use this amplifier because of the HARMOTECH H4 has the identity about the sound quality and has the high efficiency of power output and dynamic headroom, and also have the tonal accuracy very accurate, and has the realistic of sound that would be response and can serve the demand of the audiophile and the competitor in the car audio competition. In my opinion, when I listen the HARMOTECH H4 on the competition car, I very amazing about the dynamic and the headroom of the amplifier. When I listen in many competition car that use the high-end speaker, looks like the Focal Utopia or the Micro Precision Set Studio. The most of this speaker that would be consume the power output of the amplifier. Most of the amplifier cannot be drive efficiently to this speaker, but the HARMOTECH H4 could be done very well done. It can feeding the power output and has the swinging up the dynamic very interesting and very well to the sound system. And when I judging, I can listen to the dynamic and I can hear about the good tonal accuracy. The tonal accuracy when I judging, we would be clarify and would be scoring about in the 4 part. The tonal accuracy would be identified in the sub bass, mid bass, mid range, and the high frequency. And the HARMOTECH H4 can respond in every tonal and has a high accuracy of the sound. This is the reason why the competitor use H4 for their system. And in the real life, when I judging, most of the winner car will be use this amplifier. I think you will have the answer in your mind. Okay, when I listen this amplifier in the listening room, so many times in my listening room and another listening room in the shop, I still hearing about the good dynamic of the amplifier. When you see the specification, you don't mention don't wonderful, but when you listen, you will accept that very high efficient when compared with the specification. This is the secret of the H4. Also, when you listen in the corner or issue of the audio file, HARMOTECH H4 can respond and transfer the sound quality. Looks like the high-end home audio amplifier, very clear and attention to the every detail. H4 can be bringing up and show the detail of the sound. If you want to ask me my conclusion about this 4-channel amplifier, I would be addressed. This is the high-end cardio amplifier for channel topology that would be serve you in the demand of the serious audiophile and demand of the cardio competition. The competitor who want to be the champion in the SQ race, H4 will be support and bringing you to the target. Overall, that is the perfectly 4-channel high-end amplifier. Okay, about the review on the HARMOTECH H4 will be end of this point. And if you want to be follow us on the review clip, you can access via the youtube.com/soundstmac. And if you want to reading about the ebook, my ebook would be post on the www.soundstmac.com. And also follow up on the Facebook. You can press the like on my fan page at www.facebook.com/soundstmac. I think both of you and all of you will enjoy. Hope you enjoy. See you next time. Bye bye.